they want to know, well, how you know that they not hiring people from Detroit as police officers and their jobs in the city? Because I know a lot of people. I was fortunate enough being raised in Detroit to be able to go into everybody's neighborhood. That's pretty rare in the United States, seeing that, most areas in metropolitan areas is gang affiliated. So a lot of people don't get an opportunity to just go into everybody's neighborhood because most of the time people was affiliated with certain gangs, so they're not allowed to go into certain neighborhoods because of the affiliation, which I never indulged in. I came in a rare time in Detroit. Detroit was kind of like the last city inside the United States that adopted the Crips and Bloods. We always had gangs in Detroit, but it wasn't, red and blue. So it wasn't like you had a color code to reference a certain geographic area growing up in the 80s and the 90s. It was more based on who you knew and the relationships in which you had with other gangs to have those type of privileges to move about in certain neighborhoods, in which, for the grace of God, I had that ability to go into a lot of neighborhoods on the west side of Detroit, east side Detroit. I lived on the west side, east side, north end, southwest Detroit, Southfield, Royal Oaks and so forth. So I was able to befriend a lot of people in Detroit, and none of them motherfuckers work as police officers. I mean, it's like 2 out of 300, 400 people that I know in each area. 1 out of 300. I'm gonna say that it's probably a lot lower than that, right? But 1 out of 300 people of residents in Detroit is a police officer. 1 out of 300. That's a really low number for an infrastructure for a major capital city in the United States of America. That's a really low margin. And in fact, that's a really dangerous and scary number when the death counts is so high, which leads to another concept, like terrorist actions, in which it's starting to really present those type of elements, based on the nationality of the people who mostly employed in Detroit as police officers. And then when it comes to people of the same ethnic background, there's not the people that's even from Detroit. These people not even from the state of Michigan. Y'all shipping in people from other cities and other states and other cities. I was correct. To police Detroit, which is definitely illegal by the standards that I've read inside of the United Nations. And when it comes to war tactics and acts that have been presented in the United Nations rules of engagement of war, these are war crimes. So, you know me. Talk to you motherfuckers later.